Hello everyone and welcome to Suburban Stone Age. Today's video celebrates the 3-year anniversary of my first visit to our desert property. The land at this point was still for sale and I was evaluating it. I thought you might enjoy a behind-the-scenes look at the evaluation process. I wanted to see what the property and neighborhood was like on a normal weekday. So I woke up very early and drove 3 hours to the property to arrive at dawn. This is my first 360-degree view from the hill above our land. It gives you a good idea of the habitat and terrain. The road here ends at someone's private property, so I parked outside the gate and just took a look from there. The neighborhood is pretty sparsely settled, and this is the type of neighbors that you can expect to see. Folks have lived here for a long time, they've got a lot of space, and they've got a lot of stuff. But that's okay with me. I can't see anybody from the piece of land I was considering, so it didn't bother me too much. It was important to understand when considering buying the property that there were a lot of abandoned old buildings that had been there for decades, unused. If you're okay with that sort of thing, it's not a problem, but if you're considering buying land, that might be a detail that's important to you. It's worth checking out in advance.
Okay, this is the approach. Pole number 1. Pole number 2. Cement pads are up there. This is the main approach from the road. It was a little steep, a little rutted, but it was doable, at least this far. This is the view from right here. We are in a secluded valley, cannot see neighbors. This is the car parked. I've driven up, turned around. I got halfway up this hill and then decided I didn't want to bottom out or chance it, so I backed back down and parked here just so I could easily turn around and just roll downhill. I'm not stuck or anything. It's fine. This is me hiking up this little knoll, much too steep to take a vehicle. Property is clean so far. Well, there's a few bits of trash and plastic, but not a dump per se. Okay, what are we looking at here? An old real estate sign. Century 21, different realtor. Aha, okay. Here is the first cement pad. I'm looking around, I see what I think are critter tracks all over the ground, but I don't know what critter. That's alright though. Okay, so what do we have here? We have an old cement pad. Looks like some bolts. Broken concrete. Maybe one time someone tried to build. Doesn't look big enough for a home, really. Looks maybe like someone had an idea for a carport. It's behind, there's a pretty steep hill. In fact, I'm going to walk up the hill. I see coyote tracks. I see motorcycle tracks. All to be expected. This looks like a granite outcrop here. Decomposed granite soils. This approach is definitely too steep, like unquestionably too steep to bring a trailer. So looks like again some maybe ATVs, some old bed springs. Okay. So this is the other little flat part. Best views in the house. Very nice. This is looking down on the property. So the property, according to what I know, see that fork in the road right there? That's about where the property ends. 2.5 acres. So there's the cement pad down there, and there's this little landing spot here. The views are amazing though, have to say. This looks like fence line. From here you can see a little bit of the neighbor's stuff. Like an old shed and a car. Maybe their junk pile. Okay. So, let's see what this fence is all about. How far down the property it goes. Okay. Not really that far. And it doesn't look like you can actually see people from here, which is kind of cool. Okay, then you go up this really steep hill to the power pole. I believe that power pole is also on the property. You can see that the fence line goes to that corner there. Okay. And then there's a flat area for the pole. And now this is the approach that I'm interested in because, and there's kind of deep sand here. This area is pretty flat so far. I'm going to walk it, of course. So the two approaches that I'm most interested in are the approaches in this direction from the saddle, because I don't think it's going to be, I think it's a little too steep for my comfort level to bring the trailer up the front road. And this looks good. This road is sound, it's not rutted, it's wide enough. We might hit a few bushes, but it's looking good. It's level, that's nice. Let's see how we crest this hill. Also, I would want to be able to loop around. I don't even want to turn around, like do a 3-point. I'd prefer to loop around. This hill here is a little steep. I think it's doable though. Yeah, I really do. I think it's doable. I'd like to get a second opinion on it. But I think it's probably okay, actually. Okay, so here's the saddle. We're off the property now. This is now BLM property. This looks like the fire break. That's the second power line. I'm gonna just go ahead and walk around down here and see what it's like. Pop back in the car. I think I've seen what I need to see right now for the property. So this is looking from the saddle. And again, this property is mostly hill property. So we have to keep that in mind. These raven tracks? They sure look like it, man. Some bird with huge feet's been up here. Here is some erosion, and it looks like people have dumped brush into the gully. Pretty typical. Not too much trash, that's nice. I bet you that brush is to help with the erosion. It's like there's cow flops. Alright, cows are up here. It's good to be mindful of this drainage. I'd like to follow the drainage after I have a sense for what the roads are doing. Also, I'm curious to know what approach the realtor suggests that we take for the property. Okay, so here's the saddle, and this is the road. This is the road leading to the cement pad from the saddle, and it seems sound, very sound, which is good news. So here I am walking the road. Honestly, too, I don't think there's enough room per se to loop the trailer around without having to do a 3-point turn. But this is soft sand here, so I think that would probably have to be dealt with. I don't know, with a shovel, maybe moving some dirt around. Wouldn't be too bad. It'd be doable. Something could be done with it. It would take work. As is, no way. Not no way, just... I don't know. I definitely would like Brent up here to have an opinion. And this is some kind of an outbuilding. Let's see, let's pace it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 paces long. 1, 2, 3, 4 paces wide. Not sure what they were going for with this old cement pad, but I think an outbuilding. Right where the car is too is the property line, right along that road. And there's the road that leads off down to the main road. Okay, so I'm coming down off the road from the saddle to the pad. This is definitely a no-go zone for the trailer. It's too hilly, chopped up, eroded. It's not accessible. So that would have to be sort of zoned out. Here's the bottom of the no-go zone. It's just super choppy and steep, and this gully too would be a concern. See how it goes. Kind of washes down that old road there. That road's in good shape. Here's the view leading up to the cement pad. Problem with this land really is that it's mostly hill country. Now down in this little area here, where that rabbit brush is, that would be a good place for the camper. There's room to turn around, it's relatively flat, so I guess we wouldn't have to be constrained to using what terraces are already in place. But it's something to consider. So here I'm leaving the crossroads area and going back down. This is about the end of the property. I'm going back down the road. This is the part here that I'd be a little concerned with, and that's on the verticalness of it. I think the trailer would probably be all right, but one high side of the road is definitely higher than the other. I'm trying to keep one wheel on the high side so that I don't bottom out, but I'm not, which makes me think it's doable. Some soft sand here. Hitting some bushes. The grade is not bad at all here. And then here is the little dip to the road, which I did scrape a little touch right there. So this is the road up to the property. There's a dip right here. That dip sucks, but here I am at the saddle. Ta-da! Here's the road to the cement pad, and I'm gonna have to probably back my way out of it. But I am driving it with a car. I just don't know if with all that trash there, if I want to risk maybe hitting a nail or something with my tires. So this is a close-up of vein in the native granite bedrock. I just think that's interesting. I think it's a quartz vein. So that's cool. Here's a close-up of the granite outcrop. Pretty steep, yeah. Can hear traffic from the road pretty good. The buses are going back and forth. So it's quiet, it's nice. Sure is pretty though. This is the view in the morning. Look across the valley. And again, I'm standing right in between the cement pad and the dirt pad. So almost, I don't know, 90-degree plus view of the valley. All right, there's a pole. I'll check it out more closely. What a pole stud. So I don't know what that means. I am in between the second hillock and the concrete pad. So there's the pole, I think, where the top of the property is. It's a pretty steep hill. Doesn't look like a ton of soil erosion except on the road. Steep road though, there's no any vehicle we have would be able to make it up there. Here's the platform behind me. There wouldn't be a way to turn the trailer around. Nah, not really. Not on this one. Cars would be fine though. It's just not wide enough, I don't think, to do a loop. And a 3-point turn would be sketchy. Sketchy with that hill right there. Like I don't see it. Not comfortably. And I don't want to worry at all about stuff like that. Okay, there's the road behind me to the second platform. There's a car, and then here's coming up from the saddle. It's steep. I think the truck and trailer could make it. But again, being able to turn around or do a 3-point turn or back out would be a different thing. So there's the road leading up that I just came down to the second platform. Here's the second pole, which is off the property, I believe. Here's a road leading up to it, which is kind of dipped and rutted. And then roads leading off that way. I think that's to BLM land. And I think this lot here above us, there's a flat part up there, and I think it is owned. It's private property. So here I am walking down the saddle. There's the BLM road to the top of the hill. Little rock there. I guess that's sort of a trade-off to being closer to town, is that there's more traffic noise. It's not too bad. I could probably get used to it, but it doesn't quite give you that secluded feeling, you know, where the desert can be dead quiet. That's not happening right now. Again, here's the saddle. Then you can see my tire tracks. This is flat. This is definitely probably the strongest option, is coming to the concrete pad. And there's the car right there. Flat. Well, found this old lead battery, looks like with a lead plate still in it. Environmental question mark. Again, this is the cement pad. I think this was maybe a carport or something. It's not big enough to be a house. It doesn't look like there ever was intention of putting a house here. And it looks like it's had a lot of freeze-thaw damage. You can see the concrete's flaking up and the wood looks pretty weathered. I mean, no big deal. Desert does that, but yeah, as far as putting an actual house here, I don't know if someone's tried to do that. And frankly, if you did, where would you put all your other stuff, like park your cars and put your propane tank and stuff like that? The hilly nature of this area, to make it more usable, would have to be reckoned with. It's a consideration for sure in order to make it usable for future development. So there's the property. There's the hillock with the weird rocks. There's the power pole stump that I forgot to look at. That's the neighbor's property. The two bushes. There's the saddle is right in there. There's the other power pole. So yeah, the actual available area for buildable, suitable land is question mark. Here I am taking one more look at the property. I drove around the lake, circled my way back and wanted to take one last look at a different time of day to see what we had here. And tell you what, actually I took the straightest, most direct route from the road, shot straight up the property. Wasn't that bad. It was the best route I've taken so far, and it was the most straightforward one too. So I am feeling better about the roads actually, and I will film it on the way down, but yeah, that should be no problem. I see a dragonfly, that's interesting. So I would see the approach from the trailer coming up. Okay, so you come up this road, follow it, probably be able to circle around. I'm not sure I would even toy with taking the trailers any higher than this, to be honest with you. And that might be okay, I don't know. It would be just kind of up to the crowd. But like I say, the road was sound to get up here, so that was good. Also, again, the views are lovely. It's getting full sun, so I can only imagine it probably would get quite hot here in the summer, of course. It is quiet. It's more quiet now than it was this morning, and I think that's because the traffic from the estate settlement has died down. So that's good. It's nice and quiet. I really like that. So, you know, finding shade and again water or something. I mean, but this would be our best bet, I think, if we wanted to bring the trailers and maybe put them somewhere, create somewhere for them to be. And then, like I said, the rest of the property is upslope, and that gets a little more tricky. I really believe the property line starts right about here. So here, kind of over to the corner. There's the corner fence for the neighbors. We'll go all the way up to that telephone pole. That pole right there is not on the property. I don't think this BLM road is on the property. So, yeah. But I mean, the view is phenomenal. No joke about that. That is the best part. All right, I'm gonna drive down. There's the first neighbor's property. It's a small house. And then well, actually, if we follow the fence line, this road might be on it to over here. I'm gonna walk this road here. Where this road joins to the road that I'm parked on, it was a little bumpy, but I'm gonna walk it and see if I have a different idea about how suitable it'll be for the trailer. I think the main drainage too. Let's see if we can see how, let's pretend it's raining. Where would the water go? Well, I think down that main road where the car's parked. But then I think it would kind of follow this road and just shoot out into the alluvial soil. I don't see like a clearly defined drainage bed, which is to me a good sign. I do see this juniper here, which I was interested in. So I'm gonna keep walking. And again, that road over there, I think is the property line because the neighbor's fence starts up there and then goes to the telephone pole or a telephone pole. Huh. Okay, I'm totally gonna nickname the spot Helm's Deep, because wouldn't it be cool to put like a sandbag barrier in there, like for some shade and like a semicircle? But you'd have to leave like a little gap in there so water could go through, just like the little drainage gulch in Helm's Deep. Anyway, stupid nerd humor, but there we have it. Also, you know what? That right there makes me think that they probably used this for shooting. That makes sense. That makes sense. That would explain that little amphitheater there and these little cutouts in the rock. There's that broken bottle, which looks like it was used for target practice. So, okay, that's making sense. So here's the drainage for Helm's Deep. Looks like it's a deep sand, and it might be whatever they pushed off from the cement pad, which is right there. It actually is really nice and quiet here. And man, the higher you get, the better the view. Incredible. I'm walking down the too steep slope. The nope slope. The slope of not going, of we're not doing this. So it looks like, which is kind of nice, that there are two approaches to the property. The first one that I just jetted right up, which I loved. That was the easiest and last one I found. And then the second one is coming around the back way by the school, which gives you access to the higher pads. You can't get to the top of the property from this bottom driveway. So if you wanted to put the trailers up at the top, you'd have to come around the back. But it's nice that you can come from either side. It's just too steep to connect the dots as of now with a trailer. You might be able to do it with the truck with better clearance, but I would not do it in a Ford Fusion, and I would not do it with a trailer.
If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see all the changes that we've made to our property. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon. Bye.